A new U.S. policy statement on Sudan warns that Sudan is at an important crossroads and that depending on events, Sudan's future could be one of peace or total chaos. Activists and southern Sudanese officials agree that the next 13 months are critical. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton says that the United States is concerned about the conflict in Darfur and delays in the implementation of key parts of the Comprehensive Peace Agreement, the CPA. The agreement between the ruling National Congress Party and the Southern Sudanese People's Liberation Movement, or SPLM, ended more than 2 decades of conflict between Sudan's north and south.
An unstable Sudan not only jeopardizes the future of the 40 million people there, it can also be an incubator of violence and instability in an already volatile region.
Under the CPA, the South will vote in 2011 to secede or remain part of a united Sudan. Ezekiel Gatkuoth is the head of mission of the government of Southern Sudan here in Washington. He says the people of Southern Sudan have been waiting decades for this vote.
If the North is going to sabotage the referendum not to take place, then definitely there will be war. Southern Sudanese, they will not afford even to have 1-day extension of the referendum because this is their destiny.
Gatkuoth says it is critical for the international community to support the implementation of the Comprehensive Peace Agreement, but the government of Khartoum is trying to sabotage the unity referendum.
They are creating conditions already to make sure that the referendum is rigged so that it is not going to take place. Southern Sudan will continue to be part of the Sudan. They will not actually allow it to go easily.
The U.S. government says that genocide has happened in Sudan since 2003, with more than 2 million people killed and nearly 3 million displaced. Amir Osman, a director with the Save Darfur Coalition in Washington, says the 2011 referendum is critical for Sudan.
If any political incident led to fighting erupting, I think this will be the collapse of the state of Sudan, and this will definitely lead to mass violence all over the region.
Sudan's officials insist they have no intention of sabotaging peace in Darfur, but they take issue with the indictment of President Omar al-Bashir by the International Criminal Court, the ICC, for war crimes. Akech Koch is Sudanese ambassador to Washington.
Arresting the president of state, who is a key player in the search for peace, might make the search for peace more difficult.
The United States says Bashir's accountability is key to retaining peace in Sudan. Some fear that the U.S. might compromise its position on trying Bashir in exchange for Sudan's cooperation against terrorists. Amir Woods is with the Institute for Policy Studies here in Washington.
Clearly, this issue of intelligence, of fighting terrorism and countering terrorism has trumped all in terms of U.S. foreign policy. It started with the Bush administration, and quite frankly, it is continuing under the Obama administration.
Amir Osman is more optimistic. He says he expects a tougher stance against Sudan from the Obama administration because Khartoum has nothing new to offer to Washington in the war against terrorism.
Now their way out is to have a better relation with the United States, and I think they can't afford to be in more years of isolation and sanctions from a newly elected administration in Washington.
The next months are critical to the peace process as Sudan prepares for elections in 2010 and the North-South unity referendum in 2011.